What's up, people? It's Crimson 60620. Turn that microphone gain down just a little bit. Yeah, that should. All right, all right. So that should be actually a lot better. One, two, getting that right there. That should be good. Um, sorry I'm late. I fucking had to eat. I know. I'm sorry. The 7 o'clock thing. I'm actually doing it so I can get as much time as I can. Streaming my friend. She comes home around 9 my time, so I try to get at least 2 hours in. But you guys got me at least until 9 Central, depending if I run out of ideas or not. Just got off of work. Fixed me up some food. And it was pork chops this time, guys. Pork chops and fried pork chops and French fries. So I wasn't even gonna do that in front of the camera today. The beans are different, but I had to act like a whole fucking heathen to eat today. So I'm gonna actually get the video and stuff set up. The chat looks good. If you're watching, if you just tuned in, drop a comment, a like, or something in the chat. Let me know how everything is. All right. Looks like everything working. All right, cool. So that's working. So I'm opening up the chat. I'll be back after the intro.
support me at patreon.com/Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming, and you can also follow me at Facebook Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming. Thanks for your support and enjoy the video.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up? This is me, Crimson60620, and I am here. I am motherfucking hot. Let's see if I can turn this fan down. That's turning it up. Ah, fuck it. So, don't want to ruin the mystique. Now, guys, I came home. I actually got home a little bit later than normal. That's why the stream is actually late. I'm trying to be consistent with the 7 o'clock thing. It seems like I'm hitting more around 7:15, 7:20. I'm sorry about that, guys. Still working 9.5 hours a day. Fuck it, let's just say I get a 30-minute lunch. Working 10 hours a day is a long motherfucking process, and it's fucking tiring. Sometimes I can't even think about videos to actually. Okay, dirty little secret. I have Comcast internet. That's why sometimes you may see the shit not as like I may have times buffering or some shit. So my job, actually, one of the parts of the building has Comcast Wi-Fi, so I'm able to stream Comcast internet through the Wi-Fi while I'm at work, so I don't eat up my data plan. So I just couldn't find any videos that I felt like could be a good topic, and that's just me. Like, I watch weird shit, and I some of the stuff that I watch isn't always a how do I put it? Some of the things that I watch isn't always safe to do a review about. I'm not saying that it's anything crazy or shit on fucking YouTube or some shit like that, but it's like I don't want to shit on somebody's work that they took the time to actually explain. And what's funny is I did see a big hit in my stream. Shit. So yeah, I think I was just wanted to play some Smite. Probably have a little bit of a switching games. I don't know. It depends. It definitely does depends on what I want to actually play. But all right, great. So let's just have a talk. It's been a while since we fucking did a talk, guys. Well, one, I just ran out of video ideas. I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off. Okay, Lumba Actor. I didn't see the full alert, but thank you. By the way, guys, if you want to actually help me out, you can actually go to my Streamlabs page. It's the Streamlabs Crimson 60620. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we just get some gaming done. My fucking eyes are tired. So, fun fact, I was actually working on something for a friend of mine, which I'm trying to get on the channel to just do one of my conversations, like the one I did like 2 weeks ago. So if you have actually watched my YouTube channel, you can actually go to, you can watch 15 minutes of a conversation I had with this one guy, and you can actually go to my Patreon page and watch a full, almost unedited video. I had some audio problems when I first started it, but yeah, I am get gems. I don't want to buy gems right now, Mom. All right, but yeah. So I'm actually just trying to have conversations. That soul look fucking tight, and I gotta redo another soul. I know I just did Wings of Chanj Kukulkan. Did they just make a play on Chanje? Please, no, no, just not today. No, not today. So I actually want to do some gaming today. And did the restream chat pop up? No, I closed it. Oh no, it's up. So yeah, I'm in queue for it. So I just want to do some fucking gaming. If you guys have any video requests that you want to actually hear my take on it, I can actually pop them up. Just put them in the chat. Remember, if you're on Facebook, if you can, please remember follow me on Facebook. If you're watching on Twitch, hit that follow button, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Your support to say that you will get the notifications when I log on, when I start doing videos, is actually a lot of the support that I need right now. If you can do that, if you can like the video on Facebook, this would actually help me out, and this would actually encourage me to Star Tyrant. Who is this? Aries? Do Aries skin. It would actually help me like make sure that I can do more videos where I can have some topics. Oh yeah, I got Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man. I got fucking Spider-Man. I have Spider-Man. I am somebody like the motherfucking Sinister Six. I have Spider-Man. And I'm gonna actually play through it. And with me playing through it, what we're gonna actually end up doing is, we're actually gonna try to play it, and I'm gonna just try to beat it. Just like I gotta get to like the Ezio collection. And sorry guys, I'm gonna actually put on my headphones for this because, not that I don't want to pay attention to you guys, but I actually want to communicate. We're talking. So yay, woohoo. Oh, I forgot I'm antisocial, so I probably don't want to put the headphones in. Uh, yes. Let's see what I have. Battle booster points. Yay. Activate. Alright, let's do some other things. Yeah, might as well. And we can turn this off. Let's actually turn the fucking music on. I would throw the Smite intro since I'm playing Smite, but yeah. I am fucking tired. Let's have some interesting little soul turns. So let your soul glow. All right, come on. Yeah, I had to go there. So um which is kind of fun about this is I I like Restream. Restream is actually pretty fun. It costs an arm and a leg, but it's kind of really fun. What was I gonna do? Okay, yeah. So let's turn up this. Give that just a little bit. All right, come on, let's go. Entertainment. And if you have any videos you want me to cover, if you want me to communicate about,
looks much the same.
turn that shit down. All right, so let's change the properties right here, right here. You guys should be able to hear the chat. You should be able to hear the game. And go for it. My motherfucking food was motherfucking good. So what's funny is, guys, I don't know what I did with my Fitbit. I know it's in my house. And I know that every time I connect, it says battery's low. So I know it's in here, but I just can't fucking find it. And maybe because I wasn't looking for it this morning, I was too interested in trying to get to the motherfucking, I was too interested to try to get to, you know, working out. Oh shit, 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 shit. Oh shit, that was close. Come here. You let fucking Horace kill you. Fucking Horace. I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. Haha, I survived, motherfucker. I survived.
An ally has been slain. Your team did something.
Come on, come on.
Now I'm angry.
Yes, I'm very fucking angry. Oh, you just jumped? You just jumped out the way? Did you just jump out the way of my fucking fireball? My fucking supernova? Hey, catch that fucker. Catch them hands. Catch them hands.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What? What the hell?
This must be
What the
your
hell was
parents'
that?
field.
I have no idea. I've never seen that before. What the fuck?
Killing spree.
What the hell?
And so, our hero story begins.
Wow. What the hell, man? Oh wow. They have been in here just hurting us. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Hachiman, I need your help, man. I need you. Okay, you're playing defense. That's great and all, but did they update Smite? Cause I don't know. That seems like an error that should not be happening. Okay, what the fuck was I? What was I disaffected by? All right, cool. No, this forest, man. What the hell is hitting me? Horse cannot be doing that damage. What else do they have over there? Oh my god.
That makes sense.
Damn it! We are screwed. Hachiman, man, I need you to go forward just a little bit. Because Forrest is actually lighting our ass up.
This must be how your parents
It's
feel.
put blocked and checked it.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Ah, I can't record that because
Why
it is
can't
something
you
going
be
on
more
with
like
it.
your ally?
Oh, no. I'm actually still having fun though.
Unlike
This shit is
our
it's
hero
fun,
destined to
but it's just
continue
frustrating because I'm seeing this era and I don't know what's going on. But we'll see. I remember I used to call when I play Smite Online Monday Night Smite. Obviously this isn't Monday Night Smite because it's Tuesday. It's Tata Tuesdays. Not Taco Tuesdays. Tata Tuesdays. And you'll understand, you know what Tata is. Oh, that's what's happening. So Horace is shooting out some green shit at me. You did not shoot that green shit at me.
I don't know what I expected.
Damn it.
Rampage. An ally
Why are you
has
standing
been
inside?
slain. This must be how your parents feel.
Damn it. They are whooping our asses. Was that just me, or did I just see that wrong?
Your future.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your team did something. Unlike his victims, our hero is destined to continue
Oh, god damn it. I cannot win with this. I may need to change my load up just a little bit. Oh, this is a fucking massacre. I don't know what the fuck to do, guys.
My sapling.
I don't know what I expected. Silly ally. Death is your enemy.
Oh, shit. God!
I bet you saw
One
that.
stood against many.
And
There we go.
has
Shit.
been slain.
Thank you.
Get yourself together, girl.
Hungry. Oh, this Hachiman, man. Come on.
An enemy has been slain.
Come on, let me get this. Let me get this. Let me get this. Thank you.
The circle of life, my dude.
Thank you. Shit. Fuck. We just lost Jormungandr.
Your ally. This must be how your parents feel.
Alright, he's coming back. Okay, cool. Wow, this is a massacre. And this is quite literally a massacre because it's more than one person.
Watch the curve. Now I'm angry.
Ooh, not today, dog. Not today. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I gotta dance. I gotta learn how to dance. How am I the highest damage? How am I the highest level?
I don't know what I expected.
Oh,
Your team
that
did
was
something.
that was close. That was fucking close. Couldn't kill everybody like I want to, but I definitely didn't contribute to the problem.
My garden
Why is he
grows
chasing them all the way over there?
softly. Long enough.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You ran the wrong fucking way. Alright, come on, come on. Come on, guys. We about to do this.
Stop right there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why can't you be more like your
Oh,
ally?
oh.
This must be how your parents feel.
Oh, that shit was fun. That shit was nice.
Not to stop.
Why didn't you just run?
Long enough.
Don't surrender. Don't surrender. We might be losing, but this shit is fun.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, cool. Alright, come on.
Long enough. A little unstable.
Silly ally. Death is for enemies. Why can't you be more like your ally? Okay, no
Oh!
one's that impressed. And
Oh!
our hero's
Oh!
story begins.
We rallying, baby. We rallying. For how long? I don't know. Yeah. Not gonna happen, dog. Not gonna happen. Come on, I'm having fun now. I don't care about being the underdog with this shit. This shit is actually fun.
Your team did something.
Let's make it hot.
Why can't you be more like your ally? Oh, yeah. An enemy has
Oh!
been slain.
Oh! Oh! Yes, motherfuckers. Yes. Come on. Come on. Oh! Oh! We gon' get him. Let that shit go in. Let that shit go in. Let that shit go in. I see you, Hades. Not gonna happen, dog. Not that gonna happen. That shit not gonna happen today, boy. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today.
Your team did something. Killing spree.
Make it hot. Till it falls.
Not today, Satan. Oh shit. I'm having fucking fun if you can tell. Oh, the rally. The rally has begun.
A little unstable.
Oh shit. The rally has begun.
Hold up. Break it down.
Why can't you be more like your ally?
Oh shit, let me go run. Let me go fucking run.
I like the way you press them buttons.
Oh
boy.
shit. Triple
I
kill!
respect you.
Rampage. Oh shit. I'm having too much fun, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm fucking love this.
The underworld opens.
And so, our hero story,
What are they people left the game?
our hero was celebrated.
Oh, Ratataska with the tower dive.
A little unstable.
They got so mad. They got so mad. They feelings got hurt. Where's everybody at in relationship to me? Group up. Group up.
Stop right there. The underworld opens.
You're not big.
Ooh, Ratataska. Oh, with the kill, baby. With the kill.
Okay, no one's that impressed. Goodbye.
Oh, how do we embarrass their ass like this? We got 2 disconnects. God damn it. This is why you don't surrender like that far early in the game. Come on. Ooh. How do we come back from this? Let's drop that right there.
An enemy has been slain.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh shit. This shit is awesome. Fucking love this, man.
I don't know what I expected.
Oh.
Our hero's story begins.
That shit was awesome. Cheers. We created a web of the minions, and once those minions couldn't get through, the other people couldn't get through either. The heroes or gods couldn't get through. That shit was awesome. I had some fucking fun with that one. Let's see. Poor Minions Diamond. Okay. So let's just look at the summary. Damn, I put out the most player damage. Put out the most minion damage too. Bro, I was roasting them minions, boy. I was fucking roasting them minions. No structure, so I can player healing. I healed myself a lot. Shit. And I healed the scoreboard. Okay, so let's look at the scoreboard. In total, Hachiman. Okay, cool. God damn it. 4 kills. Fuck. Man. That was just awesome. Let's do some more fucking Smite. Shit, it's been... well, it's not been a while since I just did a straight gaming skill stream. let's see if I win any fucking 100,000 minions killed. Fuck. Am I still part of a clan? Oh shit. What happened? Did I just freeze? There we go. What happened? I guess. Did I not just... What the hell? I guess. I wonder, does he turn into all that? So, fun fact, Kuga Khan was both a winged serpent and rodent one. It's depicting accounts of what he actually was. Oh, thought I did that last time. All right, let's go do some jousting. Get a horse, get a lance. Let's do some motherfucking jousting. You know what? Fuck this. Yes, I am. That's what I want to do. All right, so that just ruined my whole feel of smite. Okay, let's just not. Let's just not tonight. Okay, so how many of you guys want to see me actually do Conan Exiles with building my own fucking base? I don't. Oh god. Oh god. So I like nuked my previous one kind of. So I want to actually do some Conan Exiles, but if I'm doing Conan Exiles, just a lot of busy work and shit, I might as well watch a video. So let me pull up a video which I can watch. We can actually review. Give me a second. I'm about to pull one up.
First,
anybody that you guys want me to review, anybody you want me to give a take.
Then
if you got a video that you want me to view, put it in chat, and I can actually see what that video is. And we can actually talk about the shit.
What
I don't want to have to go to too many old
exile
favorites.
when there is nothing left but to live?
I will go to some old favorites. I don't know. I guess I can talk about Richard Wolf. I was supposed to do one. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I guess I can always do that. I guess we can do this. Just, you know, I didn't finish it yet. Damn it, what did I change a little bit of my setup right here because I want it actually. This is fun. Let's mute that shit. You guys should be able to hear it. And if it actually seems like it's echoing, I'm sorry. Let's throw this video on. Yay. Woohoo. And let's throw this shit up. Let's turn this shit up. Alright. So, let's go ahead and do this shit. Unless I got a clan, I don't think I want to do one.
Welcome, friends, to another edition of Economic Update, a weekly program devoted to the economic dimensions of our lives. I'm your host, Richard Wolf. I want to jump right in.
Actually, is it an echo? Do you guys hear an echo when I'm doing it? I don't want to be an echo. I'm trying to get some sort of production value going right here. If I need to, I can actually put the headphones on. If you're watching in the chat and you actually hear echo, let me know. I'm going to be trying to watch the chat while I'm trying to play the game. So let me know, okay?
Into a remarkable story. I want to talk about people who don't get talked about enough. 2 million Americans are what we call home health care workers.
All right. This is actually interesting. And you know what? You never actually hear. You hear people dog on, but you never actually hear people actually that would actually stand up for people who are. And while I'm doing this, while I change the kind of script a little bit, let's go ahead and change a little bit of the title. I'm sorry, guys, because I do want to make sure I change this and keep shit updated properly. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cool. All right, we updated that. Thank you guys for your patience while I do this. All right. All right, so I've updated that on my end right there. And we're still waiting for the game to come up. Shit, here I am thinking it's going to take forever and the game still ain't came up. So we're doing coding. Ah, shit. What the hell? I did not realize this, and I'm making the executive decision to actually put the shit on. What the? Okay, that's not it. I can't make the executive decisions if I don't have everything that I need, right? Let's see. Okay. So it ain't that bad. Let's see everything that I have. Oh, it ain't that bad. I'll be right back, guys. I need to get the stuff to shrink. All right, so I guess my world isn't as nuked as I thought it would be. So let's go ahead and get into that Conan. Turn my properties to a different situation. There we go. I should be able to hear. You guys should not have any echoes. So let's continue.
Mostly these are women.
Okay, that's what I was actually about to cover. So one of the things that is kind of disheartening for just a lot of motherfucking people. Ooh, that was fucking close. Oh god, that was close. Whew, I thought my shit was fucked right there. But a lot of things, and this is, I hate to seem like I'm a class conscious person. I'm not. I just have fucking empathy for people. But what a lot of people in the home health care field are just low educated or undereducated people that are trying to make a subsistence living. But the thing about it is, they're fucking taking care of our elderly and sick, which props out to them. Like, I don't have the patience. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Oh shit, my friend is off early as hell, but I made a commitment to you guys, and I'm actually gonna stream for you guys tonight. So we'll just do Professor Wolf's video, and then we'll go from there. And so what happens is a lot of people in the home healthcare field, they're lower, they lack a higher level of educations. They are CNAs where they, take a class, but they take care of our seniors. They take care of our infirmed, and quite literally, like they are looking after people who can't look after themselves. And that's a lot of fucking value that they do. Some of the stuff that they do used to be only mandated to only not mandated only what's the word for it? Well, it's only taken care of by people in nursing homes or things of that nature. But now they allow for some modicum of independence for our seniors. But let's continue.
And people of color, and mostly they serve older people. 90% of Americans, when polled, say they want to age in their own home. They don't want to be put in an old age home or anything like it. Those are people who've given their whole lives to raising families, doing jobs, serving their communities. We owe them something, don't we? But these 2 million people who are serving the elderly in our society are serving them at home. And you know what that does in addition to meeting the needs of those old folks? It also saves money since it is vastly cheaper to care for those people in their homes than to pay for home health care in a professional or commercial home. So they're saving us all money, doing something valuable. How strange that a society that has that function performed by 2 million people pays them on average less than $12 per hour. And so, of course, slowly, painfully, they decided to unionize, to have a union in order to be paid better for the important work they do, the money-saving work they do for this society. But the Supreme Court last year in the Janus decision said that these people really can't charge money to folks that are home health care workers to belong to a union. Why? Because they're public employees, and the Supreme Court made the lovely decision that somehow, because you're a public employee, you can't build a union the way other people in the private sector can. And now the Trump administration wants to go one step further. Since these home health care workers are mostly paid by Medicaid, they are not going to allow them to arrange, when they have formed the union, to get what's called the weekly deduction, a portion of the pay sent directly by the employer, in this case Medicaid, to the union so that the union can function.
All right, so that's kind of shitty, man. It's just like these people who take care of our fucking elderly, they fucking make sure that your grandmother, your grandfather, they can actually live in their homes in dignity. They're not locked away in some fucking senior citizen homes where they are ripe to get victims, to become victims of abuse. And because they perform this function, which, let's be honest, a lot of people wouldn't want to do themselves, they're seen as, well, they're expendable. They should have had a better education. They should have actually had more. They should have did more in their lives to make sure that they were not on the lower rungs of society. And that shit is bad. That shit is horrible. And how dare we have people that are in tough economic positions and they're just stuck. They're just stuck in this situation, and it's like, oh well, they're fucked. But let's continue.
Holding dues back and giving them to the union is a way to get more of the union's time and effort to serve their members rather than raise money from them. The hostility of the Supreme Court, the meanness of the Trump administration is extraordinary in view of the enormous, important, humane, money-saving service these 2 million people. And again, mostly women, mostly people of color. What a group to choose to penny pinch with. I had to tell you the story. It's emblematic of what's going wrong in this society. Well, here's another one. The Guardian newspaper, a British newspaper, you can see why it might happen there, reports on the Los Angeles mansion bought by a co-founder of the Uber car ride service. Here's what he paid: $72.5 million for the house and the land. Why is this interesting? Well, around the world, for the last year or more, Uber drivers have been demonstrating, striking, complaining that they're taking home ridiculously small amounts of money, $5, $10, $15 an hour, and they're lucky to get at the upper end of that range.
So, this is also something that's just like, these are motherfucking people that are driving you places, and yet you want to cheap out on their ass? Like, how fucking... Like, I don't take Uber. I know a few people around me that do use Uber, but it's fucking ridiculous how you get a fucking one of the co-founders of Uber. They're fucking buying a $72 million mansion. Why? What the fuck do they need all of that for? Why? Why? Just why? But let's continue.
We also just read this last couple of weeks.
And you know what? Let me stop right here and actually say this. For those of you people who will say, hey, these people, they came up with Uber, they deserve to be that rich. Most of these people didn't come up with the idea. They hired engineers. You know what they just came up with is the fucking funding. That's what they came up with. That's why they're making so much money, because they came up with the fucking funding. And yeah, I get it. People, you invest into a company and you want to see a fucking return. I get that shit. However, at some point, you have to realize how exploitative you are being with people. But shit, let's continue.
That the police in Los Angeles are again rousting up the homeless from the little tent cities that they have established under the freeways. Yeah, that's America these days. Screw the worker, screw the homeless. And why is that relevant? Because not paying Uber drivers so that they can't afford a home and have to live in a tent, or they can't afford a decent living even if they have a home. That's what's necessary so that the Uber founder, the head of the company, can live in a $72.5 million mansion. Here's the economics to understand. If you paid...
So if you ever watch, like, okay, so I know the guy from the Surfs actually suggested that Destiny have a conversation with Professor Wolf. I would love to see that conversation, because Destiny actually even said it. He doesn't like the moralistic arguments and the economic arguments, or the blending of the two. I would love to see how this conversation would go. That's just me. That's just me being an asshole, but I would love to see how this conversation would go. But let's continue.
those Uber workers a living wage, what it's necessary to have a home and a car and to live a decent life. And if you provided housing for the homeless, you have the money. It's all there. It would just mean, and let's cry for a moment, that the co-founder of Uber...
Oh, did he just say, let's cry for a moment? That was fucking awesome. Let's cry for a moment.
would have to settle, I don't know, for $1 million house, or maybe even a $2 million house if we want to reward him. But he couldn't have a $72 million house. That's the cost to him. And what's the benefit? Doing something for tens of thousands of Uber drivers and their families, and more thousands of the homeless. You tell me what your ethics, your religion, and your morality suggest is the way to go here. My next update is a shout out about Alaska. Now, what is it about Alaska that draws my attention? On July 1st, the fiscal year in Alaska set in, and the great state of Alaska, and I mean that, it's a great state, remarkable place, did a very remarkable thing, but it's not a good one. It cut the university budget of the State University of Alaska by 41% in 1 year.
What the fuck? Wait, the state university budget got cut by 41% in 1 year. I mean, I know Sarah Palin and Bristol Palin are finished having kids, but I mean, like, damn, like, for real? For real. The state, like, not some private college or something like that. The state, the University of Alaska. Fuck me. They don't want, like, man, if you ain't learning shit in Alaska, there ain't shit to do. But let's continue.
This was done by the Republican-controlled legislature. Here's what they decided. They weren't going to tax rich people in Alaska. They weren't going to tax big, rich oil corporations like Exxon. You know, remember Exxon? That's the one who fouled the water off of Alaska. They weren't going to tax corporations and the rich. Instead, they were going to cut by 41% the quality and quantity of education provided to the 26,000 students and another several thousand employees of the University of Alaska. This is
the
called
fuck?
shooting yourself in the foot. The future of Alaska,
Whoa,
like of
whoa,
any.
whoa! Did he just say this is called shooting yourself in the foot? Like, quite literally, he just like, you stupid motherfuckers. I know he doesn't. He isn't one of those that, like, I made fun of the fact that he reminds me of, um, the character that Lewis Black played reminds me of him. I would say that. Yes, I did say that, and I stick to it. But like, this is just like him, just jabbing. Fuck. Let's continue.
Economy has to do more than anything else with the quality and the quantity of the educated labor force available there. And who trains the educated labor force? You guessed it, the state university system. They don't have much in the way of private universities in Alaska. And in any case, the overwhelming majority of young people trained at university and college levels in America are trained in public institutions. Savaging that university is hobbling and crippling the future of the Alaska economy. What kind of a society does that to its young people and its own future to save taxes for people already rich and already successful businesses? Again, I ask you to think what sense this makes.
It makes no motherfucking sense other than capital needs to capital. And that's just the stupidest shit. Like, okay, I'm playing Conan Exiles. I know I can't, like, I know that I can go on a murder spree actually making sure that I can actually get as many thralls and kill as many thralls as I need to make all the sacrifices that I need to. But the fucked up part about that is this shit, they respawn. People don't respawn. Respawn. Yeah. You know what the fuck I mean. People don't respawn like that. People are finite resources, not to mention, the shit that you get from the ground is a finite resource as well. People don't respawn. You can't just say, I'm going to kill this person and then a level 3 is going to pop up if I give it enough time. No! And people say gamers have an unrealistic view of reality. If you say, we going to take from the poor in order to make ourselves rich just because reasons, you fucking everybody over. But let's continue.
The next update has to do with ex-governor of Michigan, Rick Snyder. He turned down an offer of a Harvard University research fellowship. Why? 7,000 Harvard graduates of the Kennedy School there signed a petition organized by another graduate, Tiffany Bell, and the argument of the petition went as follows. When Rick Snyder was governor of Michigan, he presided not only over one of the worst water quality crises in American history, the crisis of the Flint River, but let me remind you, that bad water, which was a political decision of how to use which water for the people.
So let's talk about this. It was a political decision that happened in Flint, Michigan. They could have easily made sure that the people of Flint actually kept getting their drinking water from Detroit like they had. But they wanted to quote unquote save money. And in the end, they said, well, we're going to use the Flint River. The Flint River had so many motherfucking chemicals in it that when they went to go pump it through the pipes, it started corroding the pipes. And then for the longest time, Flint still doesn't have safe drinking water. They still don't. You can still have carcinogens in the Flint water that would fucking kill you. But no, they want to actually make it seem like, hey, it's safe. No, the fuck is not. But let's continue.
People of that area, Detroit, Flint, and so on. Children died because of that water. People got sick because of that water. All kinds of medical problems were worsened because of that water. Mr. Snyder not only helped cause these problems and prolong them, but he was remarkable in then deciding to deny the delivery of free water to people who didn't want to use the polluted water. It was really too much for Tiffany Bell. And as the story percolated, all kinds of folks who had graduated from Harvard signed on. Harvard didn't withdraw the fellowship. He withdrew himself from consideration.
So you mean to tell me this motherfucker who actually could be criminally liable for the fact that people got sick and died for decisions based on saving money where they didn't even have to save money, quite literally was offered a fellowship at fucking Harvard just because he was fucking governor? Is this the bullshit you gonna tell me? How the fucking bloody motherfucking hell does that shit fly in a country of fucking people? Oh my, like this disproportionately affected a lot of poor people and a lot of minority people. And you should have saw the fucking protest that you would have saw with that. Like, how the hell do you sit up? And Harvard says, well, we're not going to withdraw it. He had to withdraw it because it made him look bad that he was still trying. What the fuck? This is why I hate the fucking establishment. This is why I hate the fucking establishment. Shit like this. Shit like this. How fucking dare you, man? For real? Let's continue.
And even that wouldn't have merited this story, gross as it is, had he not given his reason. This requires a comment. Here's his reason. He's withdrawing, he said, because of the lack of civility. You see, it's not civil for people to protest his behavior in the Flint water crisis that...
I'm sorry. People got upset because they were dying. What the fuck, man? Like, for real? For real. You mad about the civility? The civility. Jesus, take the wheel. And I'm not even religious. But I have to say that shit because of this. Because of the civility. People were upset that you, they didn't, quote unquote, they couldn't, they didn't act in a demure fashion as you wanted. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Killed people. They should be polite, say nothing, allow that kind of behavior to go unchallenged and uncriticized. In his strange mind, the people who signed the petition were not civil. He has nothing to apologize for. My last update has to do with a little, I don't know, breastfeeding. I want to say something to celebrate us. Here we are making this program, Economic Update. Here we are, the organization that produces this program, Democracy at Work, producing all the work we do at our websites and all the rest that you're familiar with. So when we get a real recognition, I want to share it with you. This one comes from the New Forest East constituency. That's an area inside Great Britain that is one of their areas that votes and sends a member to the British Parliament. It's called the New Forest East constituency. And the Labour Party, the second biggest party in England there, has produced a document. They sent us a copy, sent it to the British Parliament, everybody there, proposing that the British use what we do on Democracy at Work, what we do on Economic Update, as the basis for British policy. You know what they propose? That the British government fund the development of a worker co-op sector, a major part of the British economy that will be helped to make a transition from top-down corporate capitalist enterprises. You know, a small group of people run the business, the owners, the board of directors, and instead make a transition to businesses run democratically, where all the workers together, one person, one vote, decide what to produce, how to produce, and all the rest. We talk about it on this program often. It's now being proposed officially to the British government.
Well, I want this stamp
Thank
in
you,
place.
New Forest East constituency. Thank you for all of you for making it possible for us to do this work, which is now getting the kind of recognition I wanted to boast about.
So that's actually cool. And as much, okay, so I understand people's apprehension about worker-owned co-ops. I really fucking do. I totally get it. Like, it would seem counterintuitive for everybody to have a fucking vote when it comes to a direction of a company. It does. It seems like if you don't have the right people, then you're screwed. You're fucked. And I get why people would be apprehensive about it. But it's the same thing about how do you get an experience in a job if nobody will hire you because of your lack of experience? And I truly believe that employees should actually at least have some sort of say in how the workings of a company, especially when you actually get companies that don't know their head from a hole in their ass from a hole in the wall, whatever the phrase is, because they are so focused on just making sure that we're gonna go up for profit. Okay, so yeah, that's what I need to do. There we go. I'm actually just redesigning my base just a little bit because I just don't like the design I have right now. It's costing me, like, I might as well just, if I'm gonna actually do this shit, I might as well actually make sure I have everything put in like I need it to be put in. Okay, yeah. Alright, come on, let's go.
We've come to the end of the first half of Economic Update. I want to remind you, please, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which you can do by going to our websites, rdwolf with 2fs.com and democracyatwork.info.
Alright, so he's shilling, I'm gonna shill. Alright, remember, you can actually follow my channel here on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook at, let's just look for Crimson 60620. At Facebook, you can actually look at Crimson 60620 PS4 Gaming. Ah, shit. Alright. I fixed the shit. So, yeah. Let me fix that shit right now. There we go. So, also, if you want to, go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon, or you can actually just donate once to my Streamlabs account. But let's continue.
Of course, Our deep and abiding thanks to the Patreon community for its ongoing and much appreciated support. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I love his little the music.
Welcome back, friends, to the second half of today's economic update. In this second half, I want to give a little extra time to two important topics that are circulating these days where I thought I might have something to offer as you think about and decide what you feel about these subjects. The first one is reparations, and the second one is the forgiveness of student debt. Big questions, big ideas, lots of
I had to
debate.
do something with this.
Let's
rhino
start
in
with
here.
reparations.
Yeah,
The
he can
pressure
stay
here
in there.
comes mostly from the African American community, and the argument runs roughly as follows. Unspeakable damage, including death, was visited upon the African American people who were forced, often against their will, to leave
I
their
wanted to make
native
a
Africa
bigger room,
and come to
a
the
bigger,
United
another
States
greater wall of
to
pain.
serve
Okay.
entire lives as slaves, where they were badly treated, badly fed, separated family members from one another. You know the story of American slavery. And so the argument is they are owed reparations. They suffered, they lost, and they demand, many of those folks, a reparations. And I want to talk to you about that, particularly the economics of it. First,
Oh, that shit
were the
works.
injuries suffered real? No question. Is there a need for some sort of restitution? In my mind, no question, yes.
All right, so this actually gets into a lot of the debate about reparations nowadays, where people will say, what if your family never was a slave? Does it just mean because you're black you actually automatically get one? Who pays the reparations and shit like that? So, yeah, it's actually a weird kind of thing. But let's continue.
Are there examples in history? In other words, is this a new idea, or have there been reparations in the past that we might learn something from in assessing reparations now? And I think the answer there again is yes. And I want to briefly go over them with you so we all are on the same page. One of the greatest examples of reparations occurred after World War I. That's about 100 years ago. Germany was accused of having initiated that war. Germany also lost that war. And in the aftermath of Germany's defeat, the Allied countries, mainly Britain, France, and the United States, assessed a reparations debt. In other words, the tremendous loss of life, tens of millions of people died in and because of World War I.
So, if you use this as an example, I can see why people don't want to do reparations. Because it led to the fucking rise of fascism and a horrible version of nationalism. If this is your example, I can understand why you don't want to do reparations. But, and this is a big but, and no, I'm not gonna make the Sir Mix-a-Lot joke, but it was punitive in those reparations. Now, those punitive reparations really fucking cost in the end. It wasn't reparations in the sense of we want to make sure that people are repaid for the losses that they occurred during the World War One. It was punitive, and a demagogue actually used that to his rise to power. But let's continue.
The loss of life, the loss of property, the injury, the suffering, the misery, all of it seemed outrageous, and the Germans were blamed, and they had to pay reparations. So for quite a few years after the end of World War I in 1918, the German government taxed the German people for a huge amount of money that was not used to serve the German people, but was used instead to pay reparations debts, chiefly to France and Britain, the victors in that war. But they, in turn, having borrowed so much money to fight the war, mostly from the United States, basically turned around and used the reparations Germany paid to them to repay their debts to the United States. So here's the key question. Was restitution made by that money being paid by the Germans to the British and French and ultimately to the Americans? I don't
No.
think so. The people who suffered saw little or no money out of any of this. Lots of banks did real well. Lots of government budgets were a little eased, mostly the Americans, as it happens, because of the money and the interest earned on their loans. But for the mass of people who suffered, not so much. Did this reparations serve to prevent another war?
No.
On the contrary, the Germans went right back to war a very few years later in World War II, which was as horrific in its way as World War I had been. So did reparations solve the problems of Europe? Not at all. Here's another example of reparations. After World War II, the Holocaust that was visited on Jewish people, on gypsies, on homosexual people,
Exactly.
on all kinds of folks, led to a reparations imposition, again on Germany, which was blamed, and in this case quite rightly, for many of these horrors. The money went to what? Well, it went to many Jewish survivors. Ironically, in the case of the Jewish people, those who had died obviously couldn't get the restitution. And many of those who survived got cash for a few years, various ways, but it didn't fundamentally alter much in the lives of those people. Some. It didn't change much in the world. Anti-Semitism remains a problem, according to many Jewish organizations. It sure didn't stop war, which has become literally endless. So there is a reason to ask the question, what is reparations for? What does it do? The slaves who suffered are gone. We can't compensate them. Their descendants, well, if what we do is give them some money, will that solve the problems of discrimination that left since slavery, of unjust treatment of African American citizens?
Oh, I got to do a
I
lot
kinda
of
doubt it.
rebuilding.
And here's a serious problem. The reparations in Germany after World War I led to a bitterness in the Germans that Hitler could exploit. He made the Germans angry, as if their problems were due to the money that had to be given to others in reparations, which was never true. Their problems were much more systemic.
So, and this is what I was just saying. This is that conversation about how reparations were used as a tool not to stop wars. They actually facilitated World War II. And yeah, I get it. If this is the standard that you go by reparations by, I can understand why you would think that it didn't work. And this is why people feel, well, even if my grandfather had slaves or great grandfather had slaves, why should I have to pay for it? What the fuck are you making the benefits from it? But let's continue.
And here that's a problem again. Isn't the money better used to fundamentally change a system that works this way? If we just distribute money, we haven't changed the system. And that's going to come back to haunt us. And if the average American white person pays an extra tax for reparations, can you imagine what right-wing politicians will be able to say and do? What kind of damage politically can be done to African Americans as well as everybody else? The system needs to be changed that produces these horrors. It's like a person who goes to court when he's abused or she's abused at the job and gets a few $1,000. But the job situation is the same, and the same horrors are perpetrated on others who didn't have the courage or the money to get a lawyer. Reparations opens a questions about a system, and that should not be brushed under the rug. Then there's the question of student debt. And here I want to talk in particular about the plan offered by Senator Bernie Sanders. It
Yes.
is the most
This, and I think I did. A small clip of a video about this. This motherfucker, man. Bernie is my guy, and if it's him or Warren, man, this shit would be locked up. The presidency will be locked up for show, because we will win for show, and not because Bernie is some type of savior. No, because the revolution that Bernie is pushing is to say you can fight. That's the revolution that he's pushing. But let's continue.
ambitious. It has been signed on to by several others. Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, Pramila Jayapal of Washington, and others are supporting it. It basically says we're going to forgive $1.5 trillion of debt owed by students for their education. And it's going to be a bill that also helps Pell Grants for other kinds of expenses, particularly helps schools that have special needs, but fundamentally it erases student debt. The cost of this is estimated roughly at $2.2 trillion. It's a lot of money.
Shit, yeah.
And Mr. Sanders and his co-signers of the proposed bill proposed that it be paid for by a tax on Wall Street speculation. That is, the money is to come from a specific part of our economy. The richest people, the richest banks, the richest stock operators are going to have to pay a tax based on their revenue from serving the stock market and the players in it. So my first comment as an economist answers the question, is this a feasible way of going about the problem? There the answer is an unqualified yes, of course. Is this doable? Yes. Would it solve the problem? Absolutely. Let's take a look. One of the questions raised about it is, oh my goodness, this is going to impact the economy because money that is now in the hands of stockbrokers and bankers and all of the people who speculate on Wall Street, they won't have this money. Yes, that's true. They won't. But on the other hand,
okay, so that shit is hilarious. It's like, what? You don't say they won't have the money. Oh, poor babies. Poor babies, they won't have the money. Oh, but let's continue.
and 50 to 100 million Americans who have no longer a student debt problem will be able to use the money they used to pay in their regular monthly payments on student debt to buy goods and services. So the loss to one part of the economy is offset by the gain to another part. This is simple economics and ought not to be forgotten. Here's another way of saying this.
So basically, what ends up happening is because people would have money to, it's basically they be able to spend more money on your shit, dog. Like, that's what this argument boils down to. Give people money, they will spend it. And it's just like the Bush era tax cuts where people got that $600 and they spent that $600. Like, quite literally, they was like, free money. Yes. Let's go spend that money. Let's go spend that money. But let's continue.
Same thing. You're taking away money from the top, so it doesn't trickle down. But you're giving an economic boost to the average American who has a student debt. And that's money going to be spent by that person no longer on paying that debt, but on buying goods and services. That's money you might call trickling up. And the trickle up offsets the trickle down. So if you want to argue about the student debt, let's be honest. It is a program, not surprisingly coming from a socialist like Bernie Sanders, that's good for the average American, the vast majority, who either have student debt or face the burden of student debt if they want to help their kids get a college education. It helps them at the price of the 1% or the 5% at the top. One side benefits, the other side loses some. That just corrects what's been going on the last 40 years where the reverse has gone on. Or, to take a more recent example, the tax cut back in December of 2007.
All right, let's. It's about 2 more minutes of the video, and I'm actually getting tired, so we're gonna let him take us out.
That enormously boosted the top, arguing that it would trickle down, which it didn't, rather than help the bottom, which is why Bernie and the others supporting his bill say, we bailed out, the people did, Wall Street back in 2008, 9, and 10. It's time for Wall Street to bail out the American student. So is it economically feasible? Sure it is. But here's something to think about. Because there are questions. First, what's the economics here? It's simple. You don't pay enough in America to the average family to pay for their college education for their kids. That's the problem. At the same time that you don't give people enough income, you charge more for education than they can afford, so they end up having to borrow if they're going to get the education.
So this is like the key thing. Paying for poor people, less fortunate, middle class people to actually extend where they are is not a bad fucking thing. It helps the economy. And it was like, speaking of reparations, it was like that old Dave Chappelle skit, where they make a joke about black folks getting reparations, and it's like, and the guy in the stock market was like, oh my god, the stock market is raising to various new levels. We just gave them the money, and it looks like they're trying to give it right back to us in the quickest amount of numbers. It's like, fuck, dude, give poor people money. Give people who can't spend money, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna motherfucking spend that shit. They're gonna give that shit right back to you because they're gonna buy shit that they need and buy some shit that they want. But I just realized all this time that the video hasn't been playing. Good thing it's not one of those videos which actually has a lot of dramatic flair or anything like that. But we're gonna let Professor Wolf take us out.
The solution to the problem is not to create these conditions. Even if you forgive the existing date, you're not changing the conditions, which is why many countries, Germany, France, Italy, Finland, many countries in Europe, charge next to nothing for higher education. I'm talking $200 or $300 a semester covers it. There is a political problem here. There's also the question of other debts. We don't pay people enough to cover the cost of their home, their car. That's why they go into debt for those things. If you want to really deal with this problem, you've got to change who gets paid what and what costs what, or else the debt is always going to come. And you're going to have those angry people with home debt and car debt and credit card debt asking, why help the students and not me? Good for the students, but I want my debts relieved too, and the same economics would apply. Look, it's a fundamental system that has to change. These are systemic problems, those that led to slavery and those within capitalism that lead to unbearable and unsustainable debt. The system is the problem, and system change is the answer. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week.
All right, so we're gonna let this play out, and I want to thank everybody who's watched tonight. And I again, 9 o'clock is my hard shut off time, unless I pretty much don't have plans later on. I do want to thank everybody who's watched, and thank you for your patience, allowing me being a little bit behind time today. Let's just address this. We do need a system change, and I think socialism is actually the next evolution of capitalism, because in the end, when you give more people more power to make decisions, we know what they're going to do. They're going to say, pay me more money, and they're going to be working very hard to get that money back. And yes, the 1970s, where inflation was running rapid, that was because you were working against a closed system. But that system has been blown open. And so the next thing you can actually do is make sure your workers are taken care of. That being said, guys, I want to thank everybody who's watched today. I want to thank everybody who's just enjoyed my channel. Remember, you can actually subscribe to my channel on YouTube, or follow me on Facebook or Twitch. As for right now, guys, I want to thank everybody. If you can, please, if you want to see some of my art, you can go to my DeviantArt page, Crimson60620. I am trying to put at least one new piece of art online a week. Other than that, guys, thank you, and time to watch a montage on my artwork.